Alright guys, welcome back. The third video here. I just wanted to pop in and show you a couple quick things as you make some progress. So in the last video we created our primary colors, we rotated those around, and then I showed you how to kind of put those in a folder so that you can quickly kind of show and hide an entire group. I went ahead and created my secondary color with a skateboard deck here and did the same process, and my last step is I'm going to also put these in a group. So my top layer, I hold down the shift key and go down to the bottom layer that I want in that group. I have all those. I hit my folder icon, and again I'm going to call this secondary, and there's my secondary group. So it's really nice. It helps you kind of organize your project and keep things together so it doesn't get too complicated with layers. And again, you're kind of getting to the point where ultimately that color wheel layer, that template layer, is going to go away, and you're just going to have the color wheel itself. So I wanted to show you one other thing that you can do with groups once they're in here. So obviously I still have some areas to work on. I've got to get my tertiary colors in here. But I wanted to show you, so like right now as this develops and I'm looking at this, I do kind of feel like my primary colors, if I'm following my hierarchy, those should be the largest images, and right now I feel like the skateboards are a little bit overpowering. So I'm going to go ahead and resize my skateboarder and see if I can't make him a little bit larger for this. And still keep him in the bounds of the image. So the nice thing is once they're in a group, you can resize that entire group together. So I can basically click on the folder without having to click any individual layer on that folder, and then just make sure you have the auto select feature unchecked, because that will cause you issues with this. But once I have the folder selected and I have my move tool here, I'm going to go ahead as usual. I'm going to move, not sure what happened there. I'm going to move my target to the center point of my color wheel, and now as I resize, it doesn't do the right thing. And you're like, okay, well, why did I do that? What you need to do is you need to hold down the Alt or Option key on Mac, and if I hold that down, check it out. It is going to keep that resize centered right in the center of the color wheel. So that allows me to kind of blow this up a little bit bigger. I'm starting to run out of room at the top, but that's about as big as I can make it and keep it in the bounds of the canvas. So I'm going to go ahead and try that. And the nice thing is you can go back and adjust that. I'm going to hit Enter to accept my change. So again, to resize an entire group, if for example I wanted to now shrink the the secondary colors, I could click on that group, make sure that I have those selected, moving the target, just for some reason it's doing that double move, so click once, and then I think it's because it's picking the color adjustment layer and then resetting to that. So I'm going to move that to the center, and then again, once you have that, as you resize, just make sure as soon as I hold down that Alt key, it's going to keep that kind of centered here. So you're able to resize those layers all at once rather than having to do that independently. So real quick little note, as you are getting a little bit further along in the project and you decide that you need to adjust an entire group together, you can do that. So I'm going to go ahead and add my tertiary colors in here, and we will revisit after I have all those added, and we'll talk about some final touches that we can put on our project here. So keep working your way through it and have some fun.